Live from Waterford and Dungarvan, this is Waterford at 1 News.
Good afternoon, I'm Liz Reddy. Today's top stories. University Hospital Waterford has received funding for 30 beds in a private nursing home in Dungarvan in an effort to alleviate overcrowding. A threat of blockades is hanging over a meeting of the Beef Task Force, which is underway in Dublin. A well-known County Waterford bar and restaurant, the Spinnaker in Dunmore East, has been put on the market. And in sport, Niall Quinn has ruled himself out of the running to be the FAI's next CEO. The General Manager of University Hospital Waterford says while recruitment is underway, they don't have the staff yet to open 2 floors of the new Dunmore wing. In the meantime, funding has been allocated for 30 beds in a private nursing home in Dungarvan in an effort to alleviate overcrowding. These beds at the Care Choice Nursing Home in Dungarvan will be used for patients deemed medically fit for discharge but who need step-down care. Grace Rothwell says patients are now being advised that these beds in Dungarvan are coming on stream.
And if and when they are medically discharged from this hospital but their preferred bed location is not available, that they will be requested to move to Dungarvan. And the majority, they understand. I mean, people are aware of the trolleys that we have. People are aware of the waits in the emergency department. People are also a little bit hesitant perhaps about going out to Dungarvan. I suppose I would like to give the message that these beds will help us in the hospital. They will help patients who require admission to an acute bed get to an acute bed quicker, and we really would welcome the cooperation of patients and visitors in making this initiative work.
This morning there was 21 patients in the emergency department awaiting inpatient beds. There was 3 patients on ward corridors in UHW. Grace Rothwell says the 30 beds in Dungarvan will ensure that those who need an acute bed get access to it in a timely fashion. She said they had a very successful recruitment drive in December and are now progressing panels for nursing staff which will allow them open up much needed beds in the Dunmore wing.
In order to progress the opening of the other 2 floors, we actually would need considerable staffing increase. And at the moment, we haven't got the staff and it would take us some time to recruit. Now, on a positive, we had a nursing opening day right at the end of December and there were 78 staff that actually presented on that day expressing interest to come and work in University Hospital Waterford.
Grace Rothwell says recruitment of staff does take time though.
So we hope to be in a very positive position in a few months' time, but recruitment does actually take a number of months. If people have to give notice where there are, there's Garda clearance requirements, it's quite a lengthy process. So unfortunately, we're not in a position to open the additional beds in the Dunmore wing in the immediate, but these beds in Dungarvan were available from, as I say, next Monday, the 13th of January. So in the interest of patients, that's the preferred choice at the moment.
There are 520 people waiting on trolleys in hospitals across the country today, 240 less than Monday and Tuesday's record highs. University Hospital Limerick is the worst affected with 48 people. Health Minister Simon Harris admits the government needs to do more but says they're working to tackle the crisis.
These beds are needed yesterday, they're needed a long time ago. But the reality of the situation is previous governments took 1,000 beds out of the health service. Myself, during my time, Leo Varadkar, during his time as Health Minister, have been putting those beds in. But we have to do more, and we have to do more as quickly as we possibly can. The difficult thing is it takes time to build a hospital extension.
Threat of blockades is hanging over a meeting of the Beef Task Force, which is underway in Dublin. Retailers are attending today's session as the row continues over pricing. Andrew Louth reports.
Farmers formally requested that supermarkets be invited to today's meeting of the Beef Task Force, which is currently ongoing in Agriculture House. They joined farming organisations and the meat industry as they tried to come to a deal around beef pricing. Irish Farmers Association President Joe Healy says he'd like to see what attitude they bring to the meeting.
This is about beef farmers. This is about increasing the price back to the beef farmer. That's what beef farmers want to see. That's what they need to see.
However, Edmund Phelan from the Irish Cattle and Sheep Farmers Association says he wants them to explain their pricing model.
I spent a bit of time yesterday going around a few retailers to see what was what, and It actually drives farmers cracked when they see all these things like 50% off and 30% off of the stuff we work hard to produce.
Meanwhile, a group called the Individual Farmers of Ireland are threatening a blockade in Dublin City next week if they feel significant progress isn't made today. Similar demonstrations took place towards the end of 2019, bringing parts of the city to a standstill. It's expected the meeting won't conclude until later this afternoon. Andrew Loud, Agriculture House.
Research carried out by the Land Development Agency has found that Waterford's now the only city that's affordable to live in. They examined what percentage of income an average single person would have to spend to rent a one-bed apartment by themselves. Waterford City was the only location where the figure was below 30%. John Moran is the chair of the Land Development Agency. He explains what will help to keep Waterford affordable.
As the city grows in population, which it's supposed to do according to the 2040 plan, that we have programmed into the system already enough supply so that we actually both increase the amount of supply that's there at the moment and keep ahead, if you want, of the demand. So in a perfect world, we would keep it roughly in that level of 30%. And then you would find that Waterford would retain a competitive advantage for people that have the flexibility to work in different places or just actually want to enjoy their life with a little bit more spare cash than they would have if they feel they want to work in Dublin.
There was a slight increase in the live register in Waterford at the end of 2019. 6,563 people were signing on at the end of December, a jump of 98 when compared to November. However, the figure is almost 7% lower than December of 2018, when 7,047 people were on the live register. December was the fourth month in a row that the total remained below 7,000. Over a fifth of 12 to 17-year-olds have tried vaping. That's according to a new study of school children's behaviour, which also found that there's been a decrease in the numbers smoking and drinking since 2014. A well-known County Waterford bar and restaurant has been put on the market. The Spinnaker in Dunmore East is for sale with an asking price of €695,000. Thomas Reid is from DNG Reid and Coppinger Auctioneers in Waterford. He says opportunities like this don't come up very often.
In Dunmore East it's quite rare. A lot of the businesses in Dunmore East would be owned for a long number of years through different families. An opportunity to acquire an established and successfully trading business in the likes of Dunmore East would be a rare opportunity.
He says Dunmore East is the fastest growing urban area in Waterford.
There's been a 16% increase in population since 2011, and that's going on the last census, so it's probably improved further since then. There's a new housing development been built just up the road with others in the pipeline. The future is bright for Dunmore East.
A holiday show will take place in Waterford City later today. Harvey Travel are hosting the show at the Granville Hotel from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. as they celebrate 75 years in business. Ian Manto says there will be experts there to discuss all types of holiday options.
And we've invited 14 of our trade partners to come along. The general public can come in and have a chat with the experts that know the destinations inside out. So you have everything from, if it's on your bucket list, to do the Camino walk, Iceland, the Northern Lights, and you have the luxury holidays, you have South Africa, you have camping in France. So there's a huge mix. And our friends from Cork Airport will be there as well.
WLR Sport.
And a very good afternoon. I'm Gavin Whelan. Starting with soccer, and Niall Quinn has ruled himself out of the running to be the FAI's next CEO. The former Republic of Ireland striker and Sunderland chairman says he would love to help, but feels the association would be better served with a restructuring expert. Quinn added that he doesn't have the skill set to join as an independent director. Meanwhile, former Republic of Ireland defender Stephen Kelly says it's important that Glenn Whelan finds a new club soon. Whelan is a free agent after being released from his contract at Hearts. In Gaelic Games, Ulster Council's Competition Control Committee are meeting to discuss the weekend's Dr McKenna Cup semi-finals. Donegal say they won't be able to field a team against Monaghan this Sunday due to players being away for Sigerson Cup matches. Down have also requested their semi against Tyrone to be moved to next Tuesday evening, and the Ulster Council will rule on the requests this afternoon. The semi-final lineup will be complete in hurling's Welsh Cup this evening. Dublin will advance to the last four if they defeat Laois. Throw-in at Parnell Park is at 7:45. Staying with Gaelic Games, and the overall winner of the 2019 WLR Granville Hotel GA Award will be revealed at a gala dinner on Saturday night. Special guest is the CEO of the Federation of Irish Sport, Mary O'Connor. Throughout the week we're continuing our look back at the various monthly winners who are up for the overall accolade. September went to Ballymacarbery attacker Sinead Ryan, who kicked 1-9 in the Player of the Match performance against Cumber Rangers as Ballymac won their 38th county title in a row. They had to come from 6 points down to collect the trophy, eventually winning by 114 to 14 points in what is the longest winning streak in Gaelic Games. She's the second Ryan sister to pick up a monthly award and said it was really special.
Absolutely, yeah, it is. It's very special to get this award. Michelle was the April winner, and I'm absolutely over the moon to get the September one. Oh, absolutely, definitely the hardest. I mean, we were 6 points down at one stage in the match, and things were really going for Cumber Rangers, and I suppose half time just came at the right time, and we just came out in the second half and we really just dug deep, and thank God we did, and we got over the line.
In horse racing news, the opening contest at Clonmel this afternoon went to the Declan Queally trained Ishka Sullis, who made every yard of the running to oblige there at odds of 6-4. Meanwhile, the Nicky Henderson trained Altior heads at 31 entries for the Betway Queen Mother Chase at Cheltenham. The 10-year-old was a 7 lengths winner of the 2018 renewal and also took the honours in last year's race. And in cricket, Ireland faced the West Indies in their second one-day cricket international at Bridgetown this evening. The Windies won the first match there by 5 wickets on Tuesday. Play set to get underway at around 5 p.m. Irish time. That's the latest on WLR. More